Is the US government shutdown finally about to end? And is this the last flush before going back up? Plus, this one altcoin is up an insane 1200% in the last month, and it could be what's been sucking up all the liquidity from altcoins. This is your Altcoin Buzz news. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, is not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Also, make sure to join us for our X Spaces, Tuesday to Friday at 9 a.m. EST, link down below. All right, good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Unfortunately, Bitcoin didn't even have the strength to retest the underside of this yesterday around 107,000. We thought we'd probably chop around, and then maybe today on Friday, we'd go up towards this $107,000 and then maybe reject or consolidate and then continue higher. Unfortunately, we didn't even have the strength to do that yesterday. We pretty much just rolled over, and it looks like we are continuing down today. The thing I am looking at is $98,000 as this level that we didn't fully sweep here. That's the last lows really. And so I do expect probably today after New York Open, maybe tomorrow as well, we are probably going to retest this level here, the support level between around 96 and around $98,500. We'll probably sweep these levels. And this is an area where I would expect at some point to be a bounce because there's really been no bounce. And so I would expect at the very least, we come down here, we sweep these lows, and then maybe we come back here and bounce. I do think it is possible. We will do an underside retest. We might come back up towards $107,000, and then maybe we continue lower. So we're gonna have to really see what happens over the next couple of days, over the weekend, if we want to bounce here and then show strength back up to here, which is a very real possibility. But then we're gonna have to really watch how $107,000 is reacted to if we consolidate underneath it, which is bullish, or if we just, immediately break down over the next day. So these are the different scenarios that I'm looking for with how Bitcoin has reacted yesterday, pretty weakly, unfortunately. Now, starting off today, we have Crypto Rover saying, breaking, a deal to reopen the US government is close, according to Political, bullish for markets. And so we are currently still in the longest US government shutdown. We also have Bitcoin Archive saying, Bitcoin mimics April's crash. In April, Bitcoin fell 30% to 74K before rallying 70% to 126K. Several indicators marked the low in hindsight, including the MVRV, supply and loss percentage, 30-day DMA, and the RSI. Today, those same indicators are signaling a potential reversal. So we have here on these different indicators, we can see we have the RSI on the daily, we have the Bitcoin at 300-day EMA, we have the Bitcoin at supply and loss percentage, and we have the Bitcoin MVRV ratio, all at these low levels, which is mimicking how it was similar in April. It doesn't mean that, we're going to meet the reverse right now, but it means we are potentially close to a bottom. Now, it doesn't happen immediately, but it is potential over the coming weeks. And then we have Lark Davis saying, Fed Governor Stephen Meehan says he expects another rate cut in December. The odds of a December rate cut have now gone up to 71.9%. In the last Fed meeting, Jerome Powell said the rate cut was far from, guaranteed in December, which previously we had thought it was guaranteed. And so that kind of shook up markets again. But now that there's a potential for a rate cut in December again, the rates are the percentage is going up a little bit. We also have a very important piece here where Ray Dalio just dropped one of the most important macro warnings of the cycle. He always goes deep in his analysis, and that's why I respect him immensely for his work. Here's a short summary of what it means for Bitcoin. The obvious, the Fed is about to end QT and start QE again, but this time it's not the QE to save the economy, it's a QE into a bubble, and that changes everything. When the Fed usually launches QE, it's during crisis, markets are falling, credit markets are frozen, and liquidity is gone. QE then acts as rescue money, printing liquidity to rebuild confidence. But this time it's different. The economy is still strong, stocks are at highs, credit spreads are tight, unemployment is low, inflation is above target, and AI stocks are in full mania. So what happens when the Fed starts printing money into that environment? It's no longer stimulus into depression, it's stimulus into mania. Liquidity will flood already overheated markets, and that means stocks melt up, gold rips, and crypto goes vertical. Because crypto is pure global liquidity beta, it reacts first and fast. Expect the usual sequence, Bitcoin, ETH, high caps, memes, and chaos. Short term, over the next 6 to 12 months, massive liquidity wave, inflation hedge narrative returns, money printer goes burr and becomes real again, and speculative euphoria across AI, tech, and crypto. The not so obvious, but long-term, late 2026 and 2027, inflation reignites, the Fed is forced to tighten again, and the bubble pops violently. That's exactly what Dalio means when he says QE into a bubble. It's the final euphoric stage in the big debt cycle, and that part feels like prosperity but ends in reset. So yes, it's extremely bullish for crypto and Bitcoin in the short term, probably the most bullish setup since 2020, but it's not forever money. It's the last big wave before the tide turns, so make sure to make all the money while you can before things go south. So very, very important points here from Ray Dalio. We also have Crypto Rush sharing that the bull market didn't end, it just restarted. Tommy Lee just laid out clearly that the Bitcoin dip wasn't about fundamentals. It was about liquidity plus a shutdown plus funding stress and the October 10th deleverage. It's not a structural break. He says confidence takes a couple more weeks to rebuild, but there's no systemic damage and no FTX style contagion this time. So he says this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to watch the technicals for Bitcoin. As you know, Bitcoin is very sensitive to market liquidity and also perceptions about risk appetite and risk premia. And, over the past couple of weeks, I think there have been headwinds building, right? From the government shutdown to a hawkish Fed cut that was done last month and uncertainty about December. And as you know, with the shutdown, Treasury liquidity, the Treasury general account's actually been building cash. So I think all of these created a cascade of problems that put pressure on crypto. But hopefully, as you know, headwinds become tailwinds when you can resolve these things.
Yeah, just the fact that we have had this deleveraging event, if you will, in Bitcoin. I mean, what do you watch to know that that's washed out? And I guess perhaps just as importantly, has this been playing out the way it has previously in the market?
Yeah, in some ways. I mean, I think we have to go back to two different episodes. 2022 when FTX collapsed, and then in 2020 when we had the COVID shock. And in both cases, those were really widespread deleveraging events in crypto, because as you know, in crypto, there is typically a lot of leverage. The October 10th deleveraging was the biggest in history. And that means there are still ripple effects being felt even 2 weeks later. There has been a DeFi protocol streamer that actually reported a pretty sizable loss, and that created further ripple effects. And that's what happened yesterday, along with this thing called the balancer hack. So I'd say it's probably still a couple of more weeks. The good news is there aren't a lot of bodies floating to the surface, so it doesn't feel systematic, but it's going to take some time for confidence to come back. And I think that's why crypto took it so hard in the last couple of weeks.
And then moving on to Sui, we have Sui saying AI just got a wallet. The first agentic finance protocol has arrived, powered by Beep and Sui. AI agents can now send, trade, and earn with instant, zero-fee stablecoin payments on Sui. And we have Beep here saying this is year zero of the machine economy. Agents paying agents, quintillions of transactions, trillions of dollars flowing at the speed of intelligent systems. Today we're launching Beep, the financial protocol for autonomous agents on the Sui network. AI agents are becoming new users of the internet, but they're trapped using platform credits on legacy payment rails built for humans. Beep is the first complete financial stack enabling agents to pay, earn, and hold value autonomously, built on the Sui network. Agentic Yield, Beep's autonomous smart agents can scan every on-chain opportunity, score risk, allocate capital, and auto-compound yield. 1.8x higher returns on stablecoins, no spreadsheets, no vault juggling. This is DeFi meets easy mode, your money, your vault, non-custodial. And we've introduced A402 protocol on Sui. The HTTP 402 paywalls are for the AI era. Agent-to-agent micropayments, per call, per token pricing, sub-second settlement, Beep Pay SDK built for machine speed commerce across the scale of agent economy. And then there's a talk-to-money interface, conversational UX for your payments and yield, set pricing with natural language. Ask questions of your yield, integrated with the world's top 6 foundational models, Gemini, GPT-5, Claude, Grok, Gwen, and DeepSeek, as well as zero fees. Competitors take 0.75 to 3%. Even better, you earn yield for your payment balances in real time. Payments aren't a cost center anymore, they're profit center for your agents. And why Sui network? Well, parallel execution, object model, millisecond finality. While others retrofit blockchains for AI, Sui was architected for it. The only chain that can handle quintillions of agent transactions. This is infrastructure for the machine economy. So that is Beep for AI agents on Sui, and we also have Society V2 is now live. So Sui got another massive upgrade, making it the only network ready for the future of agentic finance. So we're going to see big AI agent protocols coming back again. We've already seen it with virtuals. So AI agents now between Sui and Beep are able to spend and save their own money in their own vaults. So very bullish things for Sui. We also have Arthur Hayes saying, next up, Zcash, $1,000. I hope all my haters keep shorting. So he shared this yesterday when Zcash was at $508 and it went up to around $660 yesterday. And so everyone who is shorting keeps getting blown up. It's one of those squeezes that we haven't seen in a long time. And this coin is up actually 1,200% in the last month. So since the beginning of October, we've gone from around $50-ish, really $40-ish, all the way up to $668 last night. Now, I will say this is a very big kind of blow off top looking market. This isn't where I'd be entering for the first time if you're hearing about this, but it's definitely one to be watching if we do get a big correction. We also have Look On Chain saying someone created a new wallet 3 days ago and FOMO'd long on Zcash, now sitting on $2.7 million in unrealized profits. Their position is $16.3 million long on Hyperliquid. Their liquidation price is $373. Now that is important, we'll get to in a second. We also have Grayscale posting Zcash Trust, ticker ZCSH. It's the only way to get exposure to Zcash in the US through your brokerage account. Zcash is similar to Bitcoin in its design. Zcash was created from original Bitcoin codebase, but it uses privacy technology that encrypts transaction information and allows users to shield their assets. So Zcash is the big privacy kind of narrative going on right now. A lot of other privacy coins have started taking off, like Dash, after this one, but this is the big kind of narrative going on right now. And so it's privacy Bitcoin. A lot of money has been flowing from altcoins and Bitcoin into this one over the past month, and it's been basically up only. If we go to the monthly chart, this is what the monthly chart looks like. So if you're hearing about this for the first time, this is not where I'd be FOMOing in, because when this does crash, when the OGs, when the big, Arthur Hayeses of the world are taking profit, it's going to be a big wick down, and it is already starting to look like that kind of blow off top right here. Does this go to $1,000? It is very possible, but will we have a 40% correction first? That's hard to say. Now, we saw that this whale's liquidation price is at $373. With the market the way it currently is, it is entirely possible that this thing just crashes violently down here, takes out this whale. I mean, $373, that's like right here. That's 40% drop. So we could drop like this in one candle and then instantly take out all these whales and then continue upwards. So very interesting price action here. The money has just been flowing to this like crazy, but I do think these big whales at some point who are up, 12x on their money over the past month are probably going to be taking profit, because it was the whales down here. It was the Navals of the world. We're talking about Zcash when it was $40 a month ago, and now we're up 12x on that. And so I do think people will be FOMOing. I do think it's still possible to go higher, but I also do think a 40-50% drop in a couple of days is entirely possible as well before it continues upwards. Are you tired of watching your crypto portfolio bleed in the current market slump? Discover how to turn the tide and start earning passive income even as prices struggle. Enter Nomy, the game-changing passive income platform that puts your crypto assets to work for you, offering daily payouts on Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, ADA, and dozens more coins. And according to their website, the platform has been trusted by over 1.5 million users over the last 6 years. And when we take a look at the APYs, the numbers look very interesting for the wide range of assets that they let you stake. So let's take a closer look at Nomy. You can check out the platform yourself as well. The link is in the description below to get started. So what impresses us the most is the wide range of financial products that they have to offer. Nomy offers a comprehensive suite of financial products designed to help crypto holders grow, manage, and leverage their digital assets efficiently. Their key offerings include staking, which is one of their main earning products they offer. Users can stake over 800 supported crypto assets according to their website and the data provided to us by their team. And the APYs on these assets start at 6.2%. They offer you both flexible interest accounts and fixed-term staking options, allowing users to earn daily profits and compound returns. One important thing to mention here, if you request early termination, it's subject to approval and might attract a 40 to 70% penalty. And then there's the launch pool. Nomy's ecosystem gives users exclusive exposure to pre-market deals, token sales, and strategic venture projects, positioning the platform as a venture and trading powerhouse beyond just lending. And the average term is 5 to 6 months. As per the team, the target returns are 5 to 10x, and the profit is shared in stablecoins, and the deposit is returned in original assets. Then there's margin trading, a personalized program where Nomy's trading team manages positions, and as per the website and the team, it's a premium higher yield solution. And then there's crypto-backed loans. Nomy provides instant access to loans using crypto assets as collateral without traditional credit checks. And this supports flexible borrowing with adjustable repayment terms and no need to liquidate holdings, enabling liquidity during market volatility. And lastly, there's a Nomy crypto card, combining credit and debit functionality. This card enables seamless spending of digital assets and instant access to crypto-backed liquidity, enhancing users' financial flexibility. It's no wonder the project has received shoutouts from famous crypto influencers like a chain of blocks. And right now, Nomy is running a huge giveaway leading up to New Year's with an incredible $500,000 prize pool packed with amazing rewards. And to enter, all you need is an active Nomy account and deposits in the interest account. And here's the kicker for VIP users, the grand prize is a sleek Audi, along with exclusive physical prizes from Apple. What's even more interesting is that after the first deposit into the interest account, the users can unlock up to $10,000 in crypto rewards. So don't miss your chance to earn daily passive income while also competing for these fantastic rewards. Join Nomy now with the link down below and start winning. And then last for today, we have Marty Party sharing a Blockchain Payments Consortium or BPC announcement. On November 6, 2025, the Blockchain Payments Consortium was officially launched as a collaborative alliance aimed at standardizing blockchain-based payments. This consortium brings together leading blockchain networks infrastructure providers, and institutions to create shared frameworks for interoperability, compliance, and efficient cross-chain transactions, particularly for stablecoins, making them as seamless as traditional payment systems like Visa or Swift. The founding members are the TON Foundation, the Solana Foundation, Polygon Labs, Stellar Development Foundation, Myson Labs, Monad Foundation, and Fireblocks. The mission and goals is to define common standards for cross-chain stablecoin transfers, including data requirements, compliance protocols, and interoperability. They will enable instant, low-cost cross-border payments, remittances, FX settlements, and digital asset rails, bridging blockchain ecosystems with traditional finance and regulators to reduce fragmentation and friction. And stablecoins continue to be the biggest narrative here. Unfortunately, it's not like your stablecoin is going up in value, but stablecoins are the biggest narrative going on right now. So anything around stablecoins and infrastructure seem to be gaining a lot of traction. We also have Myson Labs saying Myson Labs and Sui are proud to be founding members of the Blockchain Payments Consortium. As Lola put it, the rapid growth in stablecoin adoption shows the broader payments industry is ready for the shift to that next generation blockchain like Sui, with near instant settlements and indefinite scalability offer. Sui and the BPC are ready to raise the bar for payments. Are you? It's going to make payments in crypto a lot easier. Now, we are having a slight bounce here before New York Open, but I do think we'd probably take out these wicks sooner than later here going into the weekend on a Friday. We usually have pretty big moves on Friday, whether it's a sell or it's a pump. So I do think this gets taken at some point. What we're going to watch for is this, level to hold between $96,000 and $98,000 here. This is the next major level of support. It was the area where we took off before. We retested and went higher. And it's also the area we broke down back in February. So pretty big area here as a level of support. So we're going to watch this. If this goes straight through, it's super bearish if we just go straight through this level of support and don't bounce back up. So definitely something to watch. I do think it's possible at some point we could come up towards around 104, towards $107,000 for another bounce. So I'm going to be looking for this, and then we're going to want to see what happens when we do get to this level of resistance, whether we just immediately reject or if we just consolidate somewhere around here and then continue higher, which is what I'm hoping for over the coming weeks with maybe a government shutdown ending and some other good news coming out. So that is the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on Monday.